to me and his channel.
What's up, it's your boy LOE Visuals. I'm back with another video all day. I hope y'all vibing, y'all chilling, y'all enjoying y'all day, y'all productive day. We back at it. Before I stop, y'all smash the like button, smash the like button, smash the like button. On the road to 10K subscribers, hit the subscribe button. Let's talk about it. So, Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis is off. And I'm not really mad about it being off. I guess, you know, Jake Paul was complaining about Tank, you know, being laid and the arrest and all of the, you know, controversy surrounding his name. You know, Jake Paul, you know, I guess they canceled the fight, whatever. But now they're seeming to be looking for a replacement. The name that has popped up to be the replacement is Andre Ward. If you guys don't know, Andre Ward, former 168 champion, unified 168 champion, and former 175-pound unified champion, beat Sergey Kovalev, you know, won the Super 6. You know, Ward is really known to the hardcore fan base, but we don't know if Andre Ward is going to appeal to the casual public. You know, a lot of casuals don't really know Ward, but I'm pretty sure, you know, hardcore fans, you know him. So that's right now, that's the name that Jake Paul is, you know, that is mentioned to be the replacement for Jake Paul. And I don't know, I'm just not a fan of it, you know, because if it happens right now, I mean, you're not giving Andre Ward any time to get in shape. I mean, when they're supposed to fight, November 14th, it's the 3rd, I think the 4th or something now. So how are we supposed to know, you know, how are we supposed to get a legit Andre Ward to, you know, even have a chance? That's my issue, you know. I'm not, you know, even, because I think Andre Ward is a real boxer, you know. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, you know. Even though he's 41, you know, this is a real fight for Jake Paul, I guess, you know, if he could. But I can't really call it a real fight because you're not giving Andre Ward time to prepare. You know, Andre Ward's been out the ring for years, so you're not giving him time to prepare or, you know, see where he's at. You basically like, we're going to give you a week and a half to train and get ready for this fight. Of course, you know, it's going to look bad. You know, Jake's been training. He's been in shape. So, yeah, I guess, you know, I guess it could be a thing, but it's a lot of other names that, you know, Jake Paul could, you know, Jake Paul could benefit from fighting. Triple G, you know, somebody said Lomachenko. You know, if he's really trying to get a old head to fight Calzaghe, you know. But I think Ward is a great name, in my opinion, you know, for as far as, you know, quick as possible. And I think Jake Paul, I think Andre Ward doesn't mind getting a payday. If he takes the fight now and they fight November 14th, like expected, you know, it could be a situation where money's a little low. He's gonna get a big bag for fighting Jake Paul, so, you know, I'm on the fence. You know, I don't want to see, you know, Andre Ward get in there and get knocked out by Jake Paul because he can't throw a punch. He has to tie his right hand behind his back and fight one-handed. You know, he can only throw a certain amount of punches this round. Like, I don't want to see that. Like, you know, because Andre Ward is a legend. I don't want this to, you know, be a taint of his resume. Respectfully, you know. I don't want this to be a taint of his resume, you know. We already let, you know, Jake Paul get in there with Mike Tyson, you know, all these older fighters. I want to see him call out a younger fighter. That's what I'm ready to see, you know, because we seen what happened when you're in there with a young guy around your age that's a real boxer. Even if he's less experienced, he'll give Jake Paul trouble. Tommy Fury, to be perfect example. A young guy that's in his prime, that's fighting, you see the difference. But now, I mean, fighting Andre Ward at 41 off the couch is not really a threat. respectfully, it's not really a threat. Now, Andre Ward could do all the boxing a favor and get in there and hurt this guy. We can move on from him, because that's all I really been looking for. Him to pick the wrong cherry, because that's all this is just cherry picking, hoping he gets lucky. But we already seen the situation where if he fights somebody young, what's gonna happen? He found out with Tommy Fury. So all it is one cherry pick away from picking the wrong fight and you getting hurt in there. I don't know what got in those legs. I definitely think he retired too early, so he has to have something in those legs. I just wish if he gave Ward a full count to actually get in shape, it would be different. But if they have to fight on November 14th, Ward is off the couch. I don't think he's been training or staying in shape. So yeah, it'll be a lick for Jake Paul. But if he give Ward a true count, they push it back a couple weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, it could be bad, respectfully. But Jake Paul isn't going to do that. So I think Andre Ward's going to turn it down, and we're going to have to see him really go out there and fight somebody serious. Because he's not really fighting anybody serious, and the one time he did fight somebody serious, he lost. But I know Andre Ward is smarter than that. Andre Ward is going to be like, no, I'm okay. If I had a full training camp, yeah, sure, but I'm not doing it in a week. And, it's going to be Andre Ward probably telling him, no, from what I'm knowing, unless the money is just, irresistible. And that's the only way I can see Andre Ward getting in there. The money's just irresistible. And I think it may not be that much for him. So, this is not Tank. Andre Ward isn't as a bigger name of Tank. Andre Ward is a guy, that the hardcore fans really resonate with. I love Andre Ward. I think he's, a Hall of Famer. But I don't see him taking a fight with a week and a half to get ready. I just don't see it happen. That's just my honest opinion. And I think, Jake Paul should fight one of these younger guys. You've had a full camp. I'm pretty sure a young guy would accept. If you really want me to take him serious. But he does. He's just trying to, he's looking for come-ups, cash outs at this point. But, that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Make sure I smash the like button, smash the like button, smash the like button. On the road to 10K subscribers. Want to find me on any other platform? My link is in my bio. I love you guys so much, so much, so much, so much, so much. I'm out.